Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles. My name is Danny De Lillo. I'm here live from Beijing, China with Ge Jing with her movie After a Storm. And for those that haven't seen it, let's take a look at the clip. So happy to have you here, and thank you for being with us so early as well. Thank you so much again for bringing your film to New Filmmakers Los Angeles, Ge Jing. Like, it's been a real treat to have you part of our film festival. But for those that haven't seen your film, tell us a little bit about the film.
Okay. The film is about an adventure. It's about the world of consciousness, because it is a reflection of the world. For example, you in your dream, yes, maybe it is show in your dream, and I think I overcame many issues and obstacles in the progress, because it is my first time to make animation. So one of my challenge is the relevant theories and too complicated. So I realized maybe I could try to understand the complicated theories, but I don't try to explain and try to find answers, because the more I research, the more questions I have about all of the world, you know. So I just turn all of the research into my feelings to create some sketch, and use this sketch, put it in my Cinema 4D, and to create this animation. Yes.
Well, thank you for explaining that. And as you know, I'm a big fan of your film. As you said about dreams, I felt like I was in my dreams and in my nightmares, in my subconsciousness and consciousness. And it was such a journey that you took us on. It was so clever. You're such a clever filmmaker. And I can't believe it's your first animation. It's amazing. Now, you said a little bit in the festival too about where your inspiration came from in deciding to make this into an animation, into a film. What was the moment for you when you thought, I want to turn these thoughts and feelings into a film?
You know, actually, the first inspiration is because I before go to the MA course, actually I have another job. It is I think it's a little boring, just to arrange the pilots to fly. So, and you know, in that office there are many people, and that is my first time to go to in the real world, you know, not a student. So so I feel some pressures and feelings. So in the beginning, it's just some sketch, as soon as illustration. And about this animation, the inspiration comes from a village. The name is actually is a countryside in the Paris, you know, the Van Gogh village. Yes, because the countryside is the age of the city. you standing on the edge of city, you can step into society with one foot and nature with the other. So that I can experience a sense of criticality. This makes me to think about human society and nature. You can see one of the things, the green one, I combine some songs about forest and songs about a group of human. So this small town is where the inspiration came from.
Wow.
And I recorded in this small town the church bells in the beginning, and the sounds of birds and the dog,
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah. And I was deeply touched by these sounds because that church is in Van Gogh's painting. Yeah, that church is that one. Yeah. This animation is my what I want to pay tribute to all of the history of arts and
wow.
and
It's
the
amazing.
world. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing. I mean, this is a film that I want to watch again and again to make sure that I capture everything that you gave us. And we don't see enough films about consciousness and subconsciousness and our thoughts and our feelings in this way. And was that something that you were thinking, like, I want to put this into something we all visually can see and hear as well, because the sound was also very significant to this film?
Yes, I think you absolutely know deeply about my animation. It's about consciousness and the group consciousness and individual consciousness. You can see the main character. It could present the individual consciousness and the group consciousness, like the sculpture, the big sculpture.
Yes.
Like structure, and in this animation, they are undetermined space and times, because, for example, the panic coronavirus, it happens in last year. So if it shows a certain determined space or times, human usually put himself in a history. It's not just to feel the emotions, to feel the constructures in the human world. And I know it is important you live in a society which you didn't know so much, and you need to redefine yourself in different cultural. So it is a good reflection about yourself and about your world.
Absolutely. And it has a very, no matter where you are from in the world, or it has a very universal feel that everyone can relate to. I really love your, the choices of sound were like, they took me back to when I was a child. There was moments I remembered like that, the group of the children, those voices in when they're all gathering in the school, like those steps, like they were all very intricate. And I found myself going back into myself of just those memories and those thoughts. And I could even kind of, it sounds crazy, but I could even smell certain scenes because it had something. Was that something that you were trying to make us feel too?
Yes, thank you so much. Actually,
I'm good. I'm happy you said that.
Yeah, I'm happy too. So happy, know my animation, and I added a process of growing. The little drop water, and
yes,
it's just a change and growing and but other a shadow just show up, and because the drop water feel the press of the shadow, so
Yeah.
it's like when you was a child, and in your childhood, you just I think is innocence.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And
and
you know, and how differently the world looks as well when
yeah,
you're you know, when you're this big, you know, how differently you see the world. And it was really interesting to watch that as well. Now I'm still fascinated. This is your first, you know, animated piece, first of many. What would you say was the biggest challenge you had in making the project?
actually the biggest challenge is about technical, because my computer is not good. So I actually, in the Cinema D, the software, I didn't use Octane,
Mhm,
but I want to make more animation. So I changed my computer.
mhm.
I change a best one. So
No,
so
good.
I will continue to make animation and uh, join in the festival. I think. Uh,
I'm glad you made it. You still made this. You know, the film you made was still wonderful. I'm curious because you know there was such a journey of you know, consciousness and group consciousness that you gave us, you know, throughout the film. I'm still thinking about new elements that I'm picking up, remembering of watching it. But I'm just curious, like, what I don't feel we see enough films that really delve into the mind the way your film did. And I'm curious, what did you want your audience to experience from your film? Like, what did you want them to kind of feel?
Actually, there are many details for the audience. In the beginning of the animation, there is a black screen, and it changed, floated, uh, because this world is between real and unreal. You know, it's very tough to show directly.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, so I put it in the beginning for my audience. And you know, all of the songs is familiar songs, so
Mm-hmm,
it's for the audience too. You can remember something in your life, you know.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the ending is a hopeful ending,
Yeah,
so it's for the audience. I think I need to give some courage and hope to audience to just to keep going, you know, because
yeah,
the last year. So
yeah.
yeah, this is what I want to spread. Yeah.
And I love that you put that in the context, you know, of the film, you know, very symbolically, of just kind of the way the humans were all kind of working together, you know, and working together to, you know, get through life. And, you know, I think it was also nice to, you know, to sort of, I just thought what I was watching your film, and I thought, we humans, we're a strange species, you know, like we really are, the way we do things, the way we see things, the way we articulate things. And it was nice to be in a film where as as human beings that sort of take ourselves out to sort of look in about how we are and how we act and how we think. And you know, I really really love it. So I hope there's more films like this from you, because I really enjoy the work that you create for us. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So I'm curious, what is next for you? What are you next working on?
Actually, this object will continue in my whole life because it's about human. It's
Mm-hmm.
about ourselves. I think I want to be as same as Antoni Gomley. So
Yes.
just study the human, and I want to be an artist with different medias, you know, traditional medias about, for example, watercolors,
Mm-hmm.
Chinese traditional painting.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to combine some technology G, like Cinema 4D, Blender. Yes, so I think I will be studied this project in my life. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope that one day I hope that you have some film or art installations or exhibitions, because I mean, I'd love to experience your work at like galleries and museums, because I think it's that interesting, the world that you're discovering, and I think we should know more about ourselves and how we think, and so I hope that's going to happen. I hope one day I get to go to Beijing
That's my dream.
and LA and see your exhibitions. Is that what you like?
Yeah, thank you. That's my dream. I want to
happen. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. Yes.
Yeah, I want to create a space in gallery, let people to feel all of about world which I created.
Yeah. Yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna come visit them all. So yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. Listen, you've made your first film. There's a lot of people out there would like to know, is there any advice you could give to any animator, filmmaker, philosopher, in how they're articulating their art? Is there anything that you could, any advice you could share, or things that you go by?
Actually, the first advice comes from my tutor. He told me maybe I can join some festival, and so so I joined your festival.
Oh, great, nice, fantastic.
Yes, and absolutely, I'm so lucky, and it's encouraged me to continue my career.
Yes, please.
And my dreams.
Yeah. No, we need you. No, it's I think that's a really good community. Is everything, and people, and that you can learn from and support each other. And so filmmaking is, certainly we loved having that New Filmmakers LA, and welcome to our film festival family. But we're so happy to have your work here. I just can't wait for you to make more work. But I really want to say a big thank you for After a Storm, because it was magnificent. So thank you very, very much.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you too.
Thank you.